Here we are at the Bob in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is the big old building. And I have Mr. James O'Neill, the artist of this beautiful project called Mermaid. Bob, excuse me, James, can you tell me a bit of yourself, your background?
Well, I actually have no background in art. About 5 years ago, I cut down a tree and just decided to try to carve something out of it. Just kind of took off from there. This is, I think, my 13th piece in the last 5 years. That's my largest so far. It was done specifically for this ArtPrize.
You just cut down a tree and said, I'm going to carve this into something.
That's exactly how it happened. Yes, that's exactly the way it happened. It was something I always wanted to try to do, and finally had the right time and opportunity, so I did it.
Amazing. It's a beautiful piece of work. What were you doing that had you cutting down a tree? Are you a forester?
No, we live in the wooded area, and I was just clearing some of the ground around the house.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what is your background beyond that?
I currently work at an oil, well, for the past 20 years I've worked at an oil refinery in Delaware.
Really?
Yeah, I have nothing related to art at all. No training or anything.
Well, it's amazing. So, what can you tell me about this piece?
Well, last year was my first time here. I had done a gargoyle that I was sitting at Boss Place with, but a lot of people said it was very scary, so I thought this year I would do something a little friendlier for the people.
Beautiful. And if you win the money, what you going to do with it?
Relax a little more, work a little less.
Sounds like a plan. And what are your future plans? Where can you go from here? I mean, it's gorgeous.
Well, I kind of started just as a hobby, and the last couple of years I started to think it would be something I'd like to do full time. So I'm kind of working toward getting more exposure and just getting known and seeing if there's a market for what I'm doing, and if I can somehow quit work in the future and just concentrate on this.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
You do amazing work.
Thank you.
So, can you tell me something unusual, something weird and wonderful about yourself or your project? Not that you haven't already. Your way of starting is amazing.
That's probably the most unusual thing. It's just that I kind of just not even really aware that I had any knack for doing it. I just out of nowhere decided to try it, and everyone seemed to be very impressed with the first one, and I just
What was your first one?
It was a gargoyle. I actually have a picture of it here.
Could you lift it up?
Sure.
Very cool. Very cool. Is that the one that was in ArtPrize last year?
Yes, that was at the Boss Place.
Okay, great. Well, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, just that I'm excited to be back here. Last year from the Boss, I saw this area as a potential venue and decided this is where I wanted to be this year, and they accepted me and gave me a good spot, so I'm excited to be part of it and looking forward to it.
And what's your number?
52641.
Beautiful. 52641.
Yes.
To vote for James O'Neill and the Mermaid. Thank you so much, James.
Thank you.
And from Grand Rapids, Michigan at the Bob, this has been the Weird Review.
Weird.